In a quiet park, a chance encounter reveals a secret that will change two women's lives forever. The autumn leaves crunched under her feet as Elizabeth wandered through the park. The crisp air nipped at her nose, and the scent of distant wood smoke filled her lungs. It had been years since she last walked these paths, but the park was as familiar as ever. Her eyes drifted to the bench where she used to sit with her daughter, Lucy. The bench was worn and weathered much like her own heart. A soft cry caught her attention. She looked up to see a young woman sitting alone on the bench, her shoulders trembling as she stared down at her hands. Elizabeth's heart ached with a familiar pain. She remembered those days all too well. The young woman looked up, her eyes red and swollen from crying. She quickly wiped her tears away, but not before Elizabeth saw the deep sorrow etched on her face. Elizabeth approached gently, her voice soft and comforting. "Can I help with that?" she asked, gesturing to the woman's hands. The young woman looked up, startled. Her eyes were a deep brown framed by long lashes. Elizabeth's breath caught in her throat. Those eyes. She knew those eyes. "I'm Elizabeth," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. She remembered every moment of the last time she saw those eyes. The young woman blinked, her tears momentarily forgotten. "I'm Lucy," she replied, her voice trembling. Elizabeth's heart pounded in her chest. It couldn't be. But it was, her daughter grown into a woman she barely recognized. Elizabeth's mind raced as she tried to process the revelation. She had searched for Lucy for years. Ever since she disappeared without a trace, she had looked everywhere, asked everyone, but no one knew where she had gone. And now, here she was, sitting on a bench in the park, crying. Elizabeth's heart ached with a mix of joy and pain. She wanted to pull Lucy into her arms and never let go, but she knew she had to tread carefully. Too much had been lost, and too much had been hurt. She took a deep breath and sat down beside Lucy. "I've missed you," she said, her voice choked with emotion. Lucy looked at her, her eyes filled with a mix of confusion and pain. "You left," she whispered. "You left me." Elizabeth's heart shattered into a million pieces. She had left, yes, but she had never wanted to. She had been young and foolish, blinded by her own pain and fear. She had made a mistake, a terrible mistake, and she had paid for it every day since. "I know," she said, her voice trembling. "I know, and I'm so sorry." She reached out, her hand hovering over Lucy's. "Can we talk?" she asked, her voice filled with hope.